Forget what you think you know about Texas. This isn't all tumbleweeds and cowboy hats anymore. This is one of the fastest growing, most dynamic states in America. Home to 30 million people, a booming economy that would rank as the 8th largest in the world if it stood alone, and cities so breathtaking they'll make you question everything you thought you knew about the Lone Star State. From spring-fed rivers as clear as glass to glowing skylines that rival any on Earth, Texas has quietly become a living masterpiece, a place where natural beauty, culture, and opportunity collide. So today, we're cutting straight to it. The top 10 most beautiful cities to live in Texas. Not just tourist spots, not just Instagram moments. We're talking about real cities where life feels good, looks stunning, and grows stronger every single year. Whether you crave small town, riverside serenity, or big city luxury draped in southern warmth, this list will show you exactly where paradise wears cowboy boots. Let's dive right in, starting with number 10. 10. McAllen, Texas. Let's start at number 10 with McAllen, perched down in the Rio Grande Valley. If you're thinking border town and nothing more, think again. McAllen brings understated beauty and real livability. The subtropical climate means mild winters and plenty of sunshine, giving you more outdoor time than many places. Its nature preserve, the McAllen Nature Center, 20 acres of trails through native thorn scrub habitat, gives a slice of wild Texas right inside the city. On top of that, what many people don't realize, McAllen offers housing costs far below many Texas metros. One recent guide notes that living costs, housing, health, food rank lower than about 40% of U.S. cities. Yet here's a twist. Over the past few years, rising home prices, up 138% from 2019, and a bit less buyer interest, show McAllen is evolving into something more than just affordable border city. So if you want a place with palm trees, border town cultural roots, affordability, and some natural charm, McAllen deserves a spot on your map. 9. Plano, Texas. At number 9, we jump up to the Dallas-Fort Worth metro area, and we land in Plano. Why beautiful? A lot of reasons. For one, its park system is ranked best in Texas, per the 2025 Park Score Index by the Trust for Public Land. Yes, top-tier green space in the state. We're talking large acreage parks, like the 800-acre Oak Point Park and Nature Preserve, trails, tree-lined spaces, and open-air leisure built right into the urban planning. On the urban side, Plano's historic downtown brings charm, restored brick facades, boutique shops, art galleries, blending modern life with heritage feel. And though it's near one of Texas' busiest metro hubs, Plano manages to feel composed rather than chaotic. That means aesthetic environments, walkable districts, well-planned infrastructure, combined with solid amenities and excellent schools. Want beauty plus practical living? Plano makes the case. 8. New Braunfels, Texas. Coming in at number 8 is New Braunfels, tucked in the Texas Hill Country, where rolling hills meet river splashes and German Texas heritage blends with natural beauty. The city's motto, in German, in Neu-Braunfels ist das Leben schöner. In New Braunfels, life is beautiful. Imagine the spring wildflower bloom in the hill country, rivers like the Como River and the Guadalupe River cutting through town, historic downtown Gruene, with dance hall, old German storefronts, and the comfortable-sized city feel. Population about 90,000 per 2020 census, and one of the fastest-growing cities in the U.S. from 2010 to 20. What's less obvious, because of its geographic setting, along the Balcones Fault, meeting prairie and hill country, The landscapes have a layered beauty, not flat, not merely suburbia. You get rugged textures, tree cover, river greenery, as well as well-kept neighborhoods. That mix of old town charm plus access to nature, plus community authenticity, earns New Braunfels a strong beauty tick. 7. Fredericksburg, Texas. At number 7, we pull back into the heart of hill country, and Fredericksburg stands out. Though smaller than major cities, its visual and cultural appeal are outsized. According to one list of prettiest cities in Texas, Fredericksburg claimed top status for a reason. Wildflower fields in spring, historic German-influenced architecture, and the backdrop of the Texas Hill Country Hills. But this isn't just about seasonal blooms. The charm holds throughout the year. Antiquarian buildings, boutique shops, wine vineyards nearby, a relaxed but elevated pace of life. Most people don't know that Fredericksburg is also surrounded by hills that push 1-800-2000 FT elevation, which means vantage points you don't typically get in many flat Texas towns. The town is also a magnet for visitors, but retains a strong community feel. And for residents, that means picturesque living rather than just tourist backdrop. If your idea of beauty includes countryside vineyards, historic brick storefronts, and sunsets that stretch across rolling terrain, Fredericksburg delivers. 6. San Antonio, Texas now. For number 6, we land in San Antonio. Yes, one of Texas's larger cities, yet one that arguably ranks higher for beauty than many realize. Don't just think Alamo and Riverwalk, though those are magical. Think layered history, Spanish colonial architecture, the lush tree-canopied neighborhoods around King William, the San Antonio Missions, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and the San Antonio River winding through the city with walkways, bridges, public art. The city blends vibrant cultural heritage, Mexican, Spanish, Texan, with green space and architectural charm. While many big city lists skip it for beauty, San Antonio holds up when you look at its built environment plus natural setting. And from a livability angle, it offers affordability better than many Texas metros, and diversity in housing and neighborhood types. What people often miss is how the hill country hills press in from the northwest, giving San Antonio a skyline meets country feel and conditionally pleasant vistas in many residential zones. When beauty is defined not just by pretty houses, but by a city you can love looking at and be proud to live in, San Antonio deserves its place at 6. 5. Georgetown, Texas. Sliding into number 5, we have Georgetown, a Central Texas masterpiece just north of Austin that seems straight out of a movie scene you can actually afford to live in. With its limestone buildings, walkable downtown, and the San Gabriel River curling through the landscape like a painter's brushstroke. Georgetown is the living embodiment of small-town charm meeting metropolitan convenience. The population has soared past 96,000, making it one of the fastest-growing cities in America, yet it still feels grounded, cohesive, and intentional. What's most striking is how the city protects its natural canvas. The Blue Hole Park, literally a turquoise lagoon carved into limestone cliffs, sits just minutes from the courthouse square. Home prices hover around $480,000, still manageable compared to Austin's median $640K buy, but with aesthetics that rival million-dollar neighborhoods. What most people miss is Georgetown's forward-thinking energy plan. It was the first Texas city to run entirely on renewable energy, powered 100% by wind and solar contracts since 2015. That means your sunrise jogs through the San Gabriel Trail system are fueled by clean air and green power. Add to that the city's preserved Victorian architecture, year-round festivals, and an average of 228 days of sunshine. And you've got a place that feels as wholesome as it looks. Georgetown isn't trying to be Austin 2.0. It's better planned, calmer, and every street corner feels like it's been dusted with a little bit of timeless Americana. 4. Fort Worth, Texas, number 4, takes us to Fort Worth. And if you still think of it as Dallas's quieter sibling, you've seriously underestimated this city's beauty. Fort Worth has grown into a cultural and architectural powerhouse that somehow manages to retain a down-home, cinematic Texas vibe. Stroll through the Fort Worth stockyards, and you'll feel history rumble beneath your boots. But step into the Sundance Square district downtown, and you're surrounded by glittering modern high-rises, open plazas, and restored 1930s Art Deco facades that could give European cities a run for their money. The median home price, about $340,000, keeps it relatively accessible for a metro area offering such rich scenery and opportunity. Yet the real beauty here is in the blend. The Fort Worth Water Gardens, a futuristic park of cascading pools designed by architect Philip Johnson, sits just a short walk from the Kimball Art Museum, housing Monet, Picasso, and Michelangelo sketches under one roof. Fort Worth boasts over 250 public parks and nearly 100 miles of walking and biking trails threading alongside the Trinity River. And when sunset hits those bronze cattle sculptures downtown, the light turns everything to gold. What many newcomers don't realize is that Fort Worth's art scene has quietly outpaced Austin's in-gallery count per capita, while its annual Main Street Arts Festival draws nearly 400,000 visitors. So yes, it's urban, it's historic, it's evolving fast, but it's still unmistakably Texas, bold, warm, and proud enough to call itself where the West begins. 3. Austin, Texas. Coming in hot at number 3 is Austin, the city that somehow manages to be both the capital of Texas and the capital of cool. Let's get one thing straight. Austin isn't just beautiful, it's alive. Every inch of it hums with creative energy. From the shimmering blue ribbon of Lady Bird Lake slicing through the downtown skyline, to the lush Barton Creek greenbelt that gives the city its unexpected wilderness heart. With more than 300 parks, 40 miles of urban trails, and over 1,000 live music venues, Austin has evolved into a place where beauty and rhythm intertwine. The skyline has exploded in the last 5 years, boasting more high-rises than Dallas. Yet, unlike other concrete jungles, Austin's architecture is laced with glass and green, designed to catch the golden sunset that melts over the hill country each evening. The median home price may hover around $550,000, but people aren't just paying for walls and roofs. They're buying into a lifestyle of lakeside yoga, midnight tacos, and endless live performances. What most outsiders don't realize is Austin's commitment to environmental sustainability. The city has a goal to reach net zero emissions by 2040, with over 70% of residents already living within a 10-minute walk of a park. And let's talk culture. The annual South by Southwest Festival, SXSW, alone injects nearly $280 million into the local economy every year, bringing innovation, art, and global attention. Austin doesn't just balance nature and progress, it fuses them. It's a city that refuses to choose between technology and tranquility, between skyline and soul. You don't just move to Austin, you become Austin. 2. Dallas, Texas. Sliding into number 2 is Dallas, a city that's shed its oil and cowboy cliché and reemerged as a gleaming world-class metropolis where ambition meets architectural poetry. This is a place of contrasts, so stunning they feel cinematic. The Dallas Arts District, spanning 68 acres, is the largest contiguous arts district in the United States. Think futuristic museums, like the Perot Museum of Nature, and science alongside the glistening Windspear Opera House, all framed by glass skyscrapers that catch the sunrise like mirrors of steel and fire. Yet, just a few miles away, you'll find the tree-canopied serenity of neighborhoods like Highland Park and the tranquil waters of White Rock Lake, where locals kayak at dawn as the skyline shimmers in the background. The median home price sits near $410,000, but what you get is the full package, a city ranked among the top 5 U.S. metros for job growth in 2025, and one that's quietly becoming a global design capital. Most people don't realize Dallas has over 400 parks and 160 miles of urban trails, making it far greener than its urban image suggests. Add to that a culinary scene exploding with Michelin-starred ambition, and cultural investments that have poured billions into revitalizing Deep Ellum, Bishop Arts, and Uptown, and you're left with a city that's not just thriving, but glowing. Dallas isn't trying to be Austin or Houston. It's something rarer, a fusion of Southern charm, corporate power, and unapologetic beauty. That's as magnetic as it is massive. When you see that skyline illuminated at night, stretching across the Texas plain like a constellation made by man, you understand. Dallas doesn't just shine, it dazzles. 1. San Marcos, Texas. And finally, the crown jewel, the #1 most beautiful city to live in all of Texas, San Marcos. This isn't just a city, it's nature and lifestyle stitched seamlessly together, wrapped in crystal clear water and hill country light. Halfway between Austin and San Antonio, San Marcos often hides in plain sight. But those who've been here know it's one of the most visually stunning places in the entire South. The San Marcos River, born from natural springs so transparent, you can see the ripples dance across the limestone bottom, winds right through downtown, like a liquid emerald ribbon. Year-round, it stays at a perfect 72 degrees, meaning residents literally tube, kayak, or paddleboard through the heart of their city, even in January. Surrounding the river are tree-lined trails, grassy banks, and a walkable downtown that fuses 19th century stone architecture with modern boutique energy. The median home price here sits around $370,000, a small miracle compared to Austin's swollen market, while the city's population, roughly $80,000, boosted by Texas State University, keeps the vibe youthful, intellectual, and eclectically alive. But here's what few realize. San Marcos ranks among the top 5 fastest-growing small metros in America, and the city has doubled down on sustainability, investing heavily in river protection, low-impact zoning, and renewable energy development. Add to that over 200 acres of parkland, nightly sunsets that set the entire sky on fire, and a music scene pulsing with raw, local talent. And you've got a city that doesn't just look good, it feels good. San Marcos isn't just where you live, it's where you rediscover how beautiful living can be. It's the soul of Texas in motion, sparkling, youthful, unspoiled, and utterly unforgettable. And there you have it. The top 10 most beautiful cities to live in Texas. From the turquoise rivers of San Marcos to the gleaming towers of Dallas, this state isn't just thriving. It's transforming into one of the most visually stunning and opportunity-packed places in the entire country. With over 1,200 people moving to Texas every single day, beauty here isn't just in the landscapes. It's in the momentum, the growth, and the spirit that keeps pushing this state forward. Whether you're chasing sunsets over the hill country, walking the vibrant streets of Fort Worth's Art District, or kayaking through Austin's glittering lake at dawn, one thing's for sure. There's a version of paradise in Texas built just for you. So, which city stole your heart? Drop it in the comments. Are you team hill country charm, coastal peace, or big city energy? And if you're ready to keep exploring America's most beautiful and surprising places, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because here at Discover the Nation, we're just getting started. Texas has shown us that beauty isn't found, it's built. And in the Lone Star State, that beauty shines brighter every single day.